Good day, everyone. For this video, I want to share our cruise ship experience to provide tips and information to benefit your cruise journey. This is based on our experience on our July 2023 cruise ship from Norwegian NCL Joy from Manhattan Cruise Terminal to Bermuda. We had more than 10 cabins, and the age for all our family members and friends was from 6 months all the way to 80. Before we go into some of the pre-sailing plans, I do want to mention a few additional discounts and perks in case anyone is not aware. So the first one is the veterans discount. For Norwegian, there is always a military discount from what I could see from our experience. So please let them know. If you are a veteran, you will enjoy this additional 10% off. Plus, as you're on the cruise ship, you get a special little treatment. I won't mention too much, so I won't put some spoilers out there, but you will see some additional benefits of that. Next is the group discount. When we booked it, it was every 5 cabins you get 1 free. They refund the main party leader of that group the base fare of the cabin. So only the base fare, no tax, not total price that you pay. That's not the amount you get. Only the base fare. So keep that in mind when you do see the lower amount. From my experience, it seems to be a little bit lower than the base fare. I don't know how to calculate it, but I previously contacted and that's how they did it. Another perk is that if you do have 100 shares of Norwegian NCL stocks, you could get additional $100 onboard credit. Submit the documentations to Norwegian, and you will get the additional credit applied to your account. Just generally takes within a few days. If you do, Google it, submit the instruction, look for the instructions, submit it, and you'll within a few days you get notified that it was applied to your account. Lastly, free at sea is one of the Norwegian's promotions, but some members in our family cannot drink due to either health conditions or age. So for the unlimited open bar package, it was not an option for them. So for us, we talked to Norwegian, and they replaced it with a $100 credit per person that didn't get it in that cabin. Most of our cabin were 2 people, so in total we got two $100 onboard credit per room, and you also get a $10 photo package, which is pricey if you look at the price that you want to buy on the Norwegian for the photos. And you do save additional money because if you do get the drink package, it is free for the cost of the drink, but they still charge gratuity per day. So keep that in mind. If you don't choose it, you could just save some money if you're not a drinker. Next is the pre-sailing preparation, which I believe, in my opinion, is very crucial to make sure the whole entire family, kids, are all enjoying their vacation, because the prep work lays a pretty strong foundation how the trip will go. So the first thing is, if you have an infant, which I did, so make sure you contact Norwegian to get a pack and play or a crib in a room. They'll set it up. For us, they did set it up, but they did set it incorrectly, so feel free to let the crew member know that the pack and play may be set up wrong, because some of the crew member may not be used to somehow the pack and play is set up. So don't be shy and just let them know if you set up right or wrong. Let them know, they'll fix it. But of course, the most important thing is do let them know beforehand. These are so either they have a limited supply or they at least prep in order to get the number of required packing plates on the ship before sailing. Next is let NCL know if you're any type of dietary restriction or allergies. Every there's one special or a few special chefs in the whole entire ship that only prepares any kind of allergy or food restrictions. They we're strong on this. They do not want to make sure they want to make sure that there's no food contamination, allergy crossing. So please, if there's any kind of food restrictions, let them know immediately. They will contact you beforehand um, to make sure all your food is prepared properly every day. Uh, Next, I want to talk about the prepper is the check-in generally starts 21 days prior, at least for us. This may change as we go closer, but for us it was 21 days prior. Recommend to book the 10 a.m. Embarkation time. Highly recommend to do this the day this opportunity is open to you, because first come first serves. The time slots pretty much evaporates. All the morning session probably evaporates by the first few days already. So highly recommend the 10 a.m. one. I'll talk further about why is that important, but highly recommend that. That's the time that I personally see and recommend. Next is make sure you print your luggage tags. You can also buy those plastic tags on Amazon, a few bucks. Highly recommend those if you are checking in a bag. If you're not checking a bag, you just have everything can run. You may not need to do this, but of course, if you have an infant, which I did, I guarantee you, you probably will have a few check-ins just for the baby or any kids or toddlers. And for luggage preparation, prepare it like you're boarding a plane. Everything's got to go through like TSA. No weapons, no firearm, nothing flammable. That's the mindset you want to prepare what needs to be checked and what's allowed and not allowed on the ship. Travel insurance, highly recommended this option if, for example, we had an infant, 6 months old. That's the minimum age for an infant to be on a cruise ship. Just for insurance, assurance. We had travel insurance in case any kind of medical, COVID, who knows what happens. I highly recommend that for infant, or bring an infant on board, because you may never know. Another reason why you want to travel insurance is also if elderly family members or friends are traveling, or even people have health conditions, you may never know as well. Highly recommended that. It's not too costly if you get it from a third party, or right, this is the most important thing also, if you want to just book through the Norwegian, if you first book it, the travel insurance or health that they provide to you in the beginning, it's very pricey. However, during check-in time, during the 21-day check-in time, the travel insurance significantly drops. The cost significantly drops to almost 1/10 of the price from what I saw. So we booked your travel insurance for almost all the elderly because it was worth it. We didn't want to risk it. Last for pre-sailing is to book all the shows and dining available for all family members, regardless of size. For shows, because if you have a large family, definitely want to do that. You will save your family 15 minutes, 30 minutes every single night. Some showings do book out. And for the dinner option, it is Norwegian has the freestyle dining, but everybody has their opinion on it. My personal opinion is that the dining, especially with a large group of family or even with family members, you do not want to wait in line. or if like us, definitely do not want to wait in line. If you choose the free dining option, you don't have no reservations. You can take the risk, but you may wait 15, 30 minutes just online. Versus if you had the dinner reservation and you could have everyone prep to be there on time, you will pretty much they'll walk you in almost within the minute that you tell them that everybody's there. Next is I want to go over a few things. This is not everything, but these are just a few things that I want to highlight to bring. For guys, make sure you have one polo shirt, one closed-toe shoes, long pants, um, because of dinner, especially for if you have especially dining. Girls, general attire, no tank top, no flip-flops, no swimwear. Um, Girls are more lenient. Also, for everybody, please bring a sweater or hoodie. Air conditioning could be pretty strong in casinos or theater. Sunblock, mosquito repellent, and normal vacation items. For swimwear, always bring two. One to wear during the day, um, through activities, and let that dry, and then we'll wear another one. That's depending on your water activity. Another is bring a water bottle. This is optional. One water bottle for the whole family. You could ask throughout the ship for water, but sometimes it's delayed, or sometimes you just want a whole bottle. Just keep it there throughout the night. Wake up at night so you don't have to, go down to, two flights, just to get, a cup of water. Waterproof phone case in case, depending on your water activities. Water shoes or flip flops, also depending on your water activities. Also, motion sickness medicine. Depending on what works for you, bring that one. Bring the one that works. From our experience, the patch seems to work the best. So once you have all the prep work, to go to the cruise terminal for us, it was Pier 88. The Manhattan Cruise Terminal. This is the address listed on Google. And then a lot of confusion comes around is how come the Manhattan Cruise Terminal is not Pier 80? I don't know the full history, but I believe Manhattan Cruise Terminal shown on Google Map at Pier 95 or so. I think that was the first one. Eventually, they took over all the other piers. So Google Maps doesn't show Pier 8 as the final destination. So in order to get to Pier 88, you have to enter at 55th Street, West 55th Street, follow the signs for the port. You go all the way down to Pier 88. That is where you want to go. In Google Maps, you could put it in, but please note that is not your final destination. Here's a Google Maps picture of what it will look like when you see the signs. Embarkation day were important as well. This is starting off your vacation day. Once you start a good start, most likely you got to end well as well. Make sure your your check-in bags are tagged. Give it to the porters. They will have those NCL logo, bright, orange, yellow vest on. Give it to them. They have some clipboards to check it off. If you don't want to give it to them, you can bring everything on you. It's like a carry-on bag, just like going on a plane. And then previously I mentioned that I recommend the 10 a.m. one or earlier, depending on your situation, because when you get there, they pass out these boarding slips or cards. They do go out. I don't know what number of groups they have, but it seems like after 11-ish or 12, all that cards is pretty much all dispersed, and there's no more group calls, and everything you'll be falling in the category of general boarding, which pretty much everybody else. So if you do the check-in at 10 a.m. or prior, it's pretty much a guarantee for you to be one of the earlier groups to go on. So that's why I highly recommend to select that time. 10 a.m. seems like to us, it seems like the best ideal. Not too early, not too late. Beating traffic a little bit as well. Once you go in, make sure you go to your muster drill, go to your designated area. You should have already saw your safety drill videos, and then rooms generally won't be ready until like 1 or 3. For us, it was 2 p.m. And of course, the first thing that everybody wants to go to is probably the buffet because nothing else is open. But highly do not recommend to go to the buffet. Instead, go to deck 7. Sit down, restaurant, taste and savor. Recommend those two. Sit down, relax. The waiters will come by, take your order. You're not rushing to find a seat, and just start to relax. Here are just a quick overall summary of tips and information you may want to know on your cruise ship. First is turn off your phone, to turn your phone on airplane mode, and turn on Wi-Fi to avoid roaming charges. The NCL app is available once the Wi-Fi is enabled and in airplane mode. So keep that in mind. NCL app does work as long as you're on the ship. There is a chat feature, costs $10 per device for a whole entire cruise ship. So that's an option. But what we realized was if everybody uses iPhones or iMessaging, for some reason it's completely free. As long as you're on the NCL Wi-Fi, all iMessage goes through, almost no delay. I was shocked. I don't know why, but if you have if you had a large group like us, you save, every $10 counts. So that was a key thing that I was very shocked, and I was very we only aware of it after half of us probably bought the NCL chat feature, which was a sad point. Next is dinner. Do not be late for dinner. If you have the designated time, they will say, and they will not seat everybody until all are present. Of course, when you have like a large group, you may tell them, is all present? Yes. If 1 or 2 are struggling behind, they don't let them know. Just say yes, all present, and then let those 2 stragglers come towards a little bit 5-10 minutes late. Just if anything, just tell them they're in the bathroom or something. But if you have a large group, or any on a group size, they will ask if all are present or not. They will not see anybody unless you tell them yes. For the main dining, dress code is not heavily enforced, but of course, you can't dress like, in swim trunks and just walk in, or like you go into the gym with a tank top, and gym shorts. So just casual, shorts is okay, t-shirts okay, even though they say polo shirt, but t-shirt is fine. However, the specialty dining, dress appropriately. No shorts, definitely no shorts. They will tell you to change. No sleeveless shirts for gentlemen, ladies. No swimwear, no flip flops, no tank tops for everybody. Just dress somewhat appropriate, and they will generally leave you alone. Another tip is don't take anything from the mini fridge. Not everything is free. Keep that in mind. Check your billing on your TV in your cabin. Make sure everything is charged properly. Evening shows. Previously mentioned that make sure your shows you booked in advance. They do sell out. So if you book certain shows in advance, and they will allow you to book shows pretty much at the 21-day mark. So please keep that in mind. After 10 15 minutes before showing, if you don't come in yet, they start letting the general people in the general line come in. They will just remove your reservation. They'll just start removing everybody's reservation around 10 minutes or 15 minutes prior to showtime to let everybody in to fill up the whole entire room. And if you do have a reservation, there is no penalty for no shows. Here's just a picture of the dining. Let's talk about the clothes. I just crossed out the main dining room because I don't think that really applies. Mainly the El Bistro and Ocean Blue. It's definitely dress code enforced. This is a cruise ship summary overall of all the 5 free restaurants on the ship. The names, locations, quick summary for everybody who wants to look at it. And then, of course, some highlights of where everything is on some of the decks. So mainly 6, 7, 8, 15, and 16. And out of all, for the highlight decks, highly recommend to at least go to the observation lounge. This is one of the unique features of Norwegian Joy compared to other ships. So highly recommend that. You pretty much almost have a 360 view of the whole entire cruise if you go in there. Another feature I want to mention, tip, is some items to bring. Most of the walls and doors are made out of metallic material, so it brings some magnet hooks. Feel free to use that, and also you could use the behind the door food organizer. You could buy one cheap on Amazon for like $5. Use it and then dispose of it. Don't even bring it back if you don't want to. And then of course this is the packing plate that we have. They gave us. It was a brand new one. So in case if you're wondering if you bring an infant, what will they be sleeping in? That's what will they provide, at least for us. Another feature on all the cruise ships, at least this one, Norwegian Joy, that we went on, was, and they bring a toddler or a infant, it was a blessing, is at both ends of every main floor, there is a family bathroom, elderly or handicap bathroom. There's a sign for just for them, just for us, and one of them will have the changing table. So every major floor, which pretty much 6, 7, 8, 15, 16, they have these bathrooms for all of us, and it was a blessing. So you don't have to look around the whole entire ship. Generally, the front end and the back end, there will be a bathroom available to change any infant. This was definitely a plus. And one of the benefits of going on a cruise ship versus an all-inclusive resort is that the bathroom could be within just 1 minute away. And of course, this cruise ship went to Bermuda. Just want to highlight a few things. And a quick highlight, what is your price range of what activities could be involved. First one is from free to approximately $1 sign, meaning it's not too much, but it's pocket change. Walking around the port. It's a pretty small port. Everything at the port is not related to Norwegian, so anything at the port costs money. Feel free to buy some souvenirs, magnets, maybe either eat at restaurants. Not too costly. Then start increasing your budget points. You can start going to the beaches. Definitely recommend to get the towels on this cruise ship. You could take the $7 shuttle to Horseshoe Bay, which is the most common one. But if you don't want to do that, there's Snorkel Park, also known as the Fun Zone. You can walk there, straight there from the port. Just follow the green footprints, pay entrance fee, and you have a blast. Also, and then the next level to increase your budget. The next 2 levels to increase your budget is excursions. Highly recommend to do Norwegian or your travel agent. Just because if something happens, they would generally take responsibility of your transportation, or at least guide you what is the steps to take. But if you want to do your own thing, you can also rent scooters available at the port. And night 7, for us it was night 7, which is the day before you leave, the day before everything ends, the last night you could say. Highly recommend these things is check your bill. For us, there was a refund for almost everybody because I think that they miscalculated something. Everybody got some refund, or they had some port change, rate change, port fee reimbursements. Double check that. That could be a good surprise. It could be a few hundred, like a few dollars. But if we have a lot of people, it could be a few hundred. Next is the Wi-Fi will go down at night 7. I expect that to happen. From previous reviews, previous experience, and also this current cruise, Wi-Fi did go down the night before. So make sure you text, email, make all the necessary arrangement on day 8, which is the day you're going back, because you're at sea. You may not have anything going out, regardless if you had the Wi-Fi package or not. So prep beforehand of your arrangement to save yourself a headache and time. And of course, the last day, you leave the ship, depending on the tags you get. For Norwegian, the way they do it is the night before, you choose the tag, the color-coded tag that you want, which is designated for certain time slots. Pick them up as quickly as you can. Certain ones do run out. There is a limited number of them, so please keep that in mind. So definitely do it on pretty much the last night, but don't wait to the last minute, like for example like midnight, to get those tags. So keep that in mind. Once they're available, pick it up, get what you and your family needs, and then pack your stuff, leave the luggage that you want to be checked in outside your cabin. And of course, once you land back to New York City, you could be picked up at right where Pier 88 is. However, everybody's waiting for the cab, Uber, Lyfts, family who's picking them up. It's pretty crowded. What we recommend is, if you could, travel across the street and just go up, a block and a half and wait between West 49th Street and West 50th Street. Less crowded and easier to be picked up, and could save these 15 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on the situation of your transportation. That's all I have. Hopefully all these tips and information is good to be utilized for you and your family. Enjoy. Have a good day.